Hello, ladies and gentlemen, here Marty Errico, Crude, talking market wrap for January 7th, 2013 here, talking Monday morning, and a Monday light trade. We saw very light volume today and very low volatility today with a small trading range and continue to see lack thereof. The players were talking from holiday, so really kind of waiting for the big money to come back into the market and to see a little bit more volume and volatility here with a very low and slow day with no economic data that scheduled was released today, and even tomorrow no data. So we're really going to have to use our technicals only in this market with no news being the variable. Well, basically, real quick, what we can expect in the coming days is to see our 94 to 94 and a half, even possibly 95, come into the market, and then see a little bit of some long covering to get us back down to the low of the range around 90 to 92. So in the pit today, first and foremost, in the crude, we saw a high of 93.35 for the pit session. We saw a low down at 92.42, and we closed and settled the day a little bit higher from our open price, about 65 cents higher at 93.19. We closed and settled the day. In the pit, we saw about 750 Feb 95 puts trade, about 500 Feb 90 calls traded, and 350 of the 90 straddles trade. So basically our biggest trades that we've seen today, very low. Again, we're usually averaging much more than that, so a little bit of a low and slow day, obviously, as you can see. Today, locals were dominating the buy side all day. They have been and continue to be kind of preparing for this 95 level to approach us, as we saw in the option, 750 Feb 95 puts trade. So again, suggesting that we can get up to that 94.5 to 95, and then they come in with the sell side put activity, which we saw, the put buying, sorry, which we saw in the pit today. Again, we saw our opening range trade work out quite well today. Again, simply on this chart here that you see on the left, we have our 20-minute opening range. When we break above it, we catch that bid, and then that's our bias for the whole day. So we tend to see that all the time. Same thing in natural gas, you can see here. We had that 20-minute opening range, broke it to the downside, and had a lot of downside activity. Real quickly in the natural gas, we saw a few weather patterns come out with warmer than expected temperatures across the country, which made natural gas go lower today. Again, we saw a pit session high at 33.52. That's $3.35 spot 2. Saw a low down at 32.28. Again, that's $3.23 spot 8. And we closed and settled them out at 32.26. That's $3.26 even. So again, expecting some lower prices in the natural gas in the coming days because of this weather report that came out. Obviously, warmer than expected temperatures causing prices to go lower. In the RBOB today, we saw a high of 278.66 and a low of 274.33, kind of settling towards the high of the ranges we saw in crude. And in our heating oil, we saw 304.55 on the high end of our trade and 3 even 86 on the low end of our trade. Again, closing and settling the day near our pit session highs. Again, the RBOB and crude and heating oil all trading in the same fashion. As we all know, they trade in the same pit, so the markets follow each other to a T. We use them as our multiple market divergence. So in the coming days, we could expect just pure technical trading, which we kind of just went over. Not a lot of news on the board, and we're going to definitely try to look for volatility coming into the market, as we saw both in the implied vol and OVX outright volatility take it on the chin with a little bit of a downtick in the market. Another note, we have to keep watching the dollar as well as multiple market divergence. We saw the dollar has been and continue to be on the offer all day, making crude go higher. So we kind of saw a risk-off scenario in the morning become a risk-on day. So again, kind of making sense, all these moves. So we're going to keep it on the reel for you guys, and make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:50 in the morning. We're going to go over all of our technical levels that we need to watch and look at our levels from the overnight session and also daily pivots. So please come join us 8:50 tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Have a wonderful evening.